Success isn't a one-time act. It's a habit, a daily commitment to the dozen choices that shape your life. Success isn't an accident. It's the result of daily habits that compound over time. Imagine waking up each day with 12 small, deliberate actions that fuel your growth. Each of these actions might seem tiny on its own, but together they create unstoppable momentum. The secret lies in consistency. While others chase shortcuts, the successful invest in their daily dozen, turning ordinary days into extraordinary results. This isn't about magic or luck, it's about commitment, discipline, and the courage to show up every single day. When you master your daily dozen, your life transforms not overnight, but steadily, relentlessly, and beautifully. The daily dozen is like a blueprint for greatness. It's not vague advice. It's precise, actionable steps that shape your mindset, energy, relationships, and productivity. Each habit is a brick, and each day is a chance to build a wall that protects your dreams from the chaos of distraction. From morning rituals to evening reflections, from learning to giving, from focus to resilience, these 12 practices form the scaffolding of success. And here's the thing, success doesn't demand perfection, it demands persistence. You don't need to do everything flawlessly, but you must do it consistently. That is the edge that separates dreamers from achievers. What makes the daily dozen powerful is its simplicity and its universality. No matter your age, background, or circumstance, these 12 actions are within reach. They don't require a degree, a huge budget, or special permission. They only require your commitment. And here's the magic. When you follow them, life begins to reward you in ways you never imagined. Doors open, opportunities appear, confidence soars, and energy multiplies. People notice your growth, and more importantly, you notice your own potential expanding. The Daily Dozen is more than a checklist. It's a lifestyle that transforms ordinary ambition into extraordinary achievement. Success isn't something that simply falls into your lap, and it isn't the result of random chance. It is, in fact, the natural outcome of repeated actions, the accumulation of choices that you make every single day. Think about it for a moment. Every successful person you know didn't reach their level of achievement overnight. There was no sudden epiphany that changed everything. What they had was a daily system, a set of habits, a rhythm of discipline that they followed relentlessly. This is what I like to call the Daily Dozen. 12 small, deliberate actions practiced consistently that compound over time and build momentum so powerful that nothing can stop it. And here's the beauty of it. Each of these actions may seem insignificant if looked at in isolation. One day's effort might seem small, almost negligible, but day after day, month after month, year after year, these small actions stack, they accumulate, and they eventually produce results that seem almost miraculous. Imagine waking up each morning and knowing that today you are investing in yourself, in your growth, in your future. You brush your teeth, yes, but you also brush up your mind. You nourish your body, and you nourish your spirit. You dedicate time to learning something new, to stretching your abilities, to improving just a little more than you did yesterday. You might think, it's only a few minutes here or there. Does it really matter? The answer is yes, more than you can imagine. These small, consistent efforts are like drops of water carving a canyon. Each drop alone seems insignificant, but the persistence, the faithfulness of these drops shapes the landscape of your life. The Daily Dozen is not about doing massive, heroic acts each day. It's about showing up for yourself over and over and trusting that the process works. Many people are looking for shortcuts, for magic formulas, for some secret that will suddenly propel them to success. But success rarely works that way. It is a long game, and it is played in the arena of your daily choices. The successful don't wait for motivation to strike like a lightning bolt. They create it by the way they live each day. By committing to 12 simple, focused actions every morning, afternoon, and evening, they ensure that momentum is always on their side. Discipline becomes easier with time because it transforms from being a burden into a lifestyle, into the rhythm of life itself. You start to notice the changes subtly at first. Your confidence increases, your energy levels rise, your mindset sharpens, and then, one day, you wake up and realize you are not who you used to be. You are stronger, wiser, and more capable than ever before. And it isn't just about individual growth. The daily dozen shapes how you interact with the world. When you are consistent in your habits, you become more reliable, more trustworthy, more respected. People begin to notice that there is something different about you. You carry an energy, a focus, a presence that cannot be faked. And this energy attracts opportunity. Doors that were previously closed start to open. Relationships improve because you are showing up in a way that is dependable, deliberate, and intentional. Your family, your friends, your colleagues, they sense the shift. And more importantly, you sense it yourself. There is an internal pride, a quiet satisfaction that comes from knowing that you are investing your days wisely, that you are building a foundation that will carry you for the rest of your life. Consistency is the hidden secret of success, and it is far more powerful than talent, luck, or circumstance. Talent can get you started, and luck may give you a temporary boost, but without daily, deliberate action, they are fleeting. Discipline, the courage to show up every single day, is what separates those who merely dream from those who achieve. Think of the most successful people you admire. Ask yourself what they do differently. You will find that at the core of their success is this principle: they have mastered their days. They have taken responsibility for the smallest units of life, hours, minutes, actions, and they have aligned them with their highest goals. The daily dozen is a commitment to yourself, a promise that you will not let life drift you along passively. It is the recognition that your life is the sum total of your choices, and that by making conscious, consistent choices, you can steer it toward extraordinary outcomes. And here's the most exciting part. The daily dozen works for anyone. It doesn't matter if you are young or old, rich or poor, experienced or just starting out. What matters is that you take responsibility for your day, that you decide what you will do, and then you do it without fail. You may stumble, you may falter, but the principle remains the same. Each day is a new opportunity to invest in yourself, to build momentum, to take one step closer to your vision. It is a journey that requires patience, faith, and persistence, but it is a journey that is entirely within your control. So if you want success, don't wait for luck. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for inspiration to strike. Start today. Choose 12 small, deliberate actions that will shape your growth. Commit to them and follow through no matter what. Over time, these actions will compound in ways that are impossible to ignore. Your life will begin to change gradually, steadily, beautifully, until one day you realize that you have become the person you always wanted to be, simply because you chose to honor the power of your days. The daily dozen is not just a set of actions, It is a blueprint for greatness, a map that guides you through the chaos of life toward the destination you truly desire. Many people wander through their days, reacting to whatever comes their way, drifting along without a clear sense of direction. They wake up, go through the motions, and wonder why their lives feel stagnant, why their dreams remain just dreams. The difference between those who achieve and those who merely wish is clarity combined with action. The Daily Dozen provides that clarity. It breaks success into 12 precise, manageable steps, each one targeting a vital area of life. These are not abstract concepts or vague suggestions. They are actionable habits that, when practiced consistently, shape your mindset, sharpen your focus, and enhance your energy. Each habit is a brick in the foundation of your future. You can think of your life as a structure under construction. Without a blueprint, the walls might lean, the floors might crumble, and the roof might fall in. But with a plan, with deliberate daily actions, your life becomes strong, resilient, and capable of withstanding challenges. From the moment you wake up and decide to invest in your growth, to the time you reflect on your day before sleep, each habit contributes to the architecture of your success. Some of these habits focus on learning, reading, listening, expanding your knowledge. Others focus on action, doing the work, taking initiative, applying what you learn. Some focus on relationships, connecting with people, serving others, showing gratitude, and some focus on personal well-being, physical health, mental clarity, emotional balance. Together, they create a holistic approach that nurtures every dimension of your life. And here's the beauty of the Daily Dozen: it doesn't require perfection. Many people never start because they feel they must do everything flawlessly, that a single misstep will ruin their progress. But the truth is that success doesn't demand perfection. It demands persistence. You don't have to do everything perfectly, but you do have to do it consistently. Miss a day, sure, but come back stronger the next day. Skip a habit, learn from it, and recommit. The power comes from showing up again and again, from honoring the process, from trusting that every small, deliberate action adds up over time. This is how ordinary people transform into extraordinary achievers. The Daily Dozen also serves as a shield against the distractions of modern life. In today's world, attention is under constant assault. Notifications, endless media, obligations, and interruptions pull you in 100 directions at once. Without structure, without deliberate actions to anchor your day, you drift and your dreams slip further from reach. But when you adopt the Daily Dozen, you reclaim control. You create boundaries around your time, you prioritize what truly matters, and you protect your energy. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstance. You become the master of your day. Each habit you practice, each action you take, strengthens your ability to focus, to concentrate, and to channel your efforts into what truly drives results. And perhaps the most profound aspect of the Daily Dozen is its cumulative effect on your character. Success is never just about what you achieve externally. It is about who you become in the process. As you commit to these 12 habits, you cultivate discipline, resilience, patience, and integrity. You develop a mindset that thrives on growth rather than comfort, on contribution rather than consumption, on action rather than procrastination. You start to think differently, act differently, and attract opportunities that align with your new way of being. Others begin to notice the change in you, not because you announce it, but because it radiates from the consistency of your actions, from the quiet strength of your discipline, from the authenticity of your commitment to growth. There is also a profound sense of empowerment that comes from the daily dozen. When you know what you are doing each day, when you have a clear, intentional path to follow, fear diminishes and confidence rises. You no longer wait for external validation or approval. You rely on the knowledge that your actions are aligned with your goals and that your consistent effort is building a future you can be proud of. The world may be uncertain, opportunities may fluctuate, and challenges may appear unexpectedly, but your daily habits provide stability. They become your anchor, your compass, and your secret advantage over those who hope for success rather than create it. The Daily Dozen also teaches the importance of balance. It reminds us that success is multidimensional. You cannot thrive in one area while neglecting the others. Personal growth without action is wasted potential. Hard work without reflection leads to burnout. Focus without adaptability leads to stagnation. Relationships without contribution create isolation. By intentionally addressing all key areas of life, the Daily Dozen ensures that your growth is sustainable, that your achievements are meaningful, and that your impact is lasting. It's a complete system designed to turn ordinary days into extraordinary momentum, ordinary effort into remarkable results, and ordinary people into individuals who leave a mark on the world. Ultimately, the Daily Dozen is not just a routine. It is a philosophy, a way of living. It reminds us that success is not an event but a process. It is not a destination but a journey, one that is built step by step, action by action, habit by habit. By committing to your Daily Dozen, you embrace the power of consistency, the importance of deliberate effort, and the beauty of compounding growth. You transform your life from reactive to proactive, from ordinary to extraordinary, and from fleeting potential to realized achievement. It is in these 12 daily choices that you find the blueprint to greatness, the key to fulfillment, and the path to becoming the person you were always capable of being. What makes the Daily Dozen so powerful is its simplicity and universality. Unlike complex strategies that require extensive training, expensive tools, or special circumstances, the Daily Dozen is accessible to anyone, anywhere, at any stage of life. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, or what resources you currently have. What matters is the willingness to commit, the courage to take responsibility for your day, and the persistence to follow through. Every day presents a choice. You can drift, react, and let life happen to you, or you can decide to take deliberate steps that build momentum, strengthen character, and shape your future. The Daily Dozen empowers you to choose the latter, to embrace intentionality, and to create a life defined by purpose, achievement, and fulfillment. Each of these 12 actions is like a seed. On their own, they may seem small, almost insignificant, and yet, when planted consistently over time, they grow into something remarkable. The knowledge you gain from reading or listening, the connections you nurture through acts of service, the discipline you cultivate in your daily routines, all of these seeds grow into results that are tangible and life-changing. You may not notice the transformation immediately, but just as a tree grows silently before it breaks through the soil, the results of your daily efforts accumulate steadily until they become undeniable. The magic of the Daily Dozen is that it allows ordinary people to create extraordinary lives simply by committing to small, consistent actions each day. What is truly remarkable about this system is that it is not limited by circumstances. You don't need ideal conditions, perfect timing, or external validation. You don't need a mentor waiting to guide you at every step, nor do you need an audience to applaud your efforts. All you need is the decision to act and the courage to maintain those actions consistently. Every small step, every habit, every focused effort contributes to momentum that grows exponentially, and this momentum is transformative. When you practice your daily dozen, you start to notice subtle shifts in your energy, your focus, and your confidence. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable begin to feel manageable. Opportunities that seemed out of reach start to appear. Your resilience strengthens, your clarity sharpens, and your sense of purpose deepens. One of the most important aspects of the daily dozen is how it impacts your mindset. Success is as much about how you think as it is about what you do. By committing to deliberate daily actions, you train your mind to focus on growth, to embrace learning, and to recognize possibilities rather than limitations. You develop the ability to see challenges as opportunities, failures as lessons, and setbacks as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Your thoughts begin to align with your actions, and your actions reinforce your thoughts, creating a powerful cycle of growth and self-improvement. This is the subtle yet profound power of consistency. It shapes not only what you do, but who you become. The daily dozen also transforms your perception of time. Instead of viewing each day as a series of random events or wasted moments, you begin to see it as a collection of opportunities. Every hour, every task, every interaction becomes a chance to practice a habit, to learn, to grow, and to move closer to your goals. Time becomes your ally rather than your enemy. You begin to appreciate the compounding effect of small, consistent actions. Just as financial investments grow steadily with compound interest, your daily efforts accumulate, creating results that are far greater than the sum of their individual parts. This understanding changes the way you approach life. You no longer wait for the perfect day, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect idea. You act now with what you have and trust that consistent effort will yield extraordinary results. Another remarkable element of the daily dozen is its effect on relationships. As you commit to your personal growth, you also become more aware of how you impact others. You show up more fully, listen more attentively, and contribute more generously. People notice the energy you bring into their lives, the integrity with which you act, and the consistency of your character. This strengthens bonds, builds trust, and opens doors to new collaborations and opportunities. The ripple effect of your daily actions extends far beyond your own achievements. It influences your family, your community, and even your wider environment. The Daily Dozen teaches us that success is not isolated. It is interwoven with the lives we touch and the value we create for others. Finally, the Daily Dozen instills hope and confidence. When life feels uncertain, when obstacles appear, or when progress seems slow, there is comfort in the knowledge that every deliberate action contributes to a bigger picture. You are no longer at the mercy of luck or circumstance. You are building a foundation that cannot be shaken by temporary setbacks. Each day you honor your daily dozen, you are reinforcing your capacity to achieve, to endure, and to thrive. You are taking control of your destiny, proving to yourself that success is not an abstract dream, but a tangible reality you are actively creating. The Daily Dozen is more than a checklist. It is a philosophy, a lifestyle, and a mindset. It empowers ordinary people to achieve extraordinary results. It teaches us that greatness is built not in grand gestures, but in small, consistent, deliberate actions. It shows us that time, energy, and focus are our most valuable assets, and that investing them wisely every day leads to compounding growth. It reminds us that no matter our circumstances, we can take control, create momentum, and become the best version of ourselves. The Daily Dozen is the bridge between potential and achievement, between desire and fulfillment, and between dreams and reality. Now imagine, just for a moment, that your life is like a canvas. Every day is a brushstroke. Every choice, every habit, every action adds color, depth, and texture. And here's the question: what masterpiece are you painting? Will it be a chaotic mess of colors with no direction? Or will it be a vivid, intentional creation that reflects the best version of yourself? The Daily Dozen gives you the brush. It gives you the colors. It gives you the tools to create something extraordinary, but it is up to you to use them. Think about it like this: I don't have time, you say. But let me ask you, do you have time to drift? Do you have time to wonder why life isn't happening for you? Every minute spent complaining, hesitating, or waiting is a minute you will never get back. And the people who make it, they don't wait. They act, they embrace their daily dozen and say, I will make my hours count. I will make my days matter. I will not settle for mediocrity when greatness is within my reach. That is the mindset. That is the courage. That is the difference between the person you are today and the person you are capable of becoming. Listen carefully. Success is not a single event. It is not winning the lottery, signing the big deal, or being handed an opportunity by chance. Success is built in the small moments, the early mornings when the world is quiet and you decide to rise, the minutes spent reading, reflecting, and learning, the actions taken when no one is watching, the choice to keep going when it would be easier to quit. These are the moments that shape your destiny, and the Daily Dozen is your guide to creating them consistently, intentionally, relentlessly. Now, I can hear you saying, but I've tried before, I've failed, I can't do it. And here's the truth: the people who succeed are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to be defined by failure. They are the ones who get up, dust themselves off, and show up again tomorrow. They take the Daily Dozen and say, today I will do better. Today I will act with purpose. Today I will honor my potential. And the beauty is, the more you do this, the easier it becomes. The small victories compound into confidence. The repeated actions become habits. The habits become identity. And before you know it, success is not something you are chasing. It is something you are living. Ask yourself this: what would your life look like if you committed to just 12 deliberate actions every single day? What if you invested your energy into learning, into serving, into growing, into taking consistent steps toward your dreams? Imagine a year from now. Imagine 5 years from now. You would not recognize your old self. The momentum, the confidence, the results would be undeniable, and here's the secret: it doesn't matter where you start. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need all the answers. You only need to start. The first day, the first habit, the first deliberate action, that is the spark. Everything else follows. Think about the people you admire most. The leaders, the achievers, the innovators, they all share one thing in common. They respect the power of daily action. They understand that dreams without discipline are illusions. They understand that the small, consistent steps repeated over time create monumental results. And now, the same opportunity is in your hands. The daily dozen is not just for someone else, it is for you. You have the ability right now to take control of your day, to transform your habits, and to shape your future. Let me be brutally honest with you for a moment. Life will not wait. Time does not pause. Opportunities are fleeting. Every day you delay is a day lost, a day that cannot be recovered. But here's the good news. It is never too late. You are never too far behind. You have today. You have this moment, and you can take 12 deliberate actions that will set the course of your life in a new direction. You can choose to stop drifting and start living intentionally. You can choose to stop reacting and start creating. You can choose to stop dreaming and start achieving. So I challenge you, no, I dare you to embrace the daily dozen, commit to it, practice it, own it, let it become your way of life, your code of excellence, your vehicle for transformation. And when doubt creeps in, when excuses whisper in your ear, when the world tells you it's too hard or too late, remember this: the person you admire most once stood where you stand. They started small. They took consistent action. They embraced the daily disciplines. And today, they are living proof that it works. You have that same potential. You have that same opportunity. You have that same ability to create a life of achievement, fulfillment, and impact. The question is, will you seize it? Will you take the first step, the second step, and all the steps that follow? Will you honor your dreams with action, your ambitions with consistency, and your potential with deliberate effort? The daily dozen is your roadmap. Your life is your journey. Your actions are your legacy. Start today. Commit to 12 intentional habits. Build momentum. Take control. And never, ever underestimate the power of small, consistent actions repeated day after day. The results will astonish you. The transformation will inspire you. The life you create will be beyond what you ever imagined. So go ahead. Wake up with purpose, act with intention, and live each day with the knowledge that you are shaping not just today, but your entire future. The daily dozen is waiting. Success is waiting. Your best life is waiting. All that remains is for you to take action and never look back.